shanks are my favorite. If ever I'm going to the electric chair, I want some lamb shanks before I go.
Hey everybody, we're here at the Southern Living Barbecue Pit with Ray Lampe, a.k.a. Dr. Barbecue, and we're going to talk about your delicious burger blend today.
Well, you know, if you're going to serve a burger, we're a barbecue restaurant.
Right.
But we're going to put a burger on the menu. You got to have a great one. It's chuck, brisket, and short rib. I mean, what else do you want? Those are the three things that taste good on a cow.
Oh, absolutely. All those things sound so good together.
We're using salt and pepper on everything around there. We just felt like that was the right way to do it. It's not about these heavy rubs. I think those are kind of getting out of fashion. I'm about tired of it myself.
That's interesting to hear. I'm a salt and pepper man myself, so I love the fact that that's kind of what you're leaning on.
Well, we hired a pitmaster from a 100-year-old barbecue restaurant in Texas to come and work with us every day.
Oh, wow.
And to him, anything but salt and pepper is kind of sacrilege. So between the wood fire flavor and salt and pepper and good beef, you know, it's almost a shame to put something else on there.
I figure like with, you know, you get the good fat from the short rib, the beefiness from the brisket and from the chuck roll. I mean, it seems to me like these are gonna sort of like almost self-baste themselves. Yeah,
well, we talk about the quality of those meats. The fat that goes along with those cuts of meat is really tasty too.
Oh my God, some of the best. So we've got a lot of sidecars here for this burger. Tell me about these.
A couple of the guys at the restaurant put this deal together. I can't take credit for inventing it, but I'm happy to own it. Well, we got this beautiful burger. We got a nice brioche bun. When we talk about burgers, we always want that ratio of meat to bun ratio to be just right. This is something we use in the restaurant in a lot of dishes. We call it our rattlesnake queso.
Wow, rattlesnake.
I know, it sounds good. There's no rattlesnakes in there.
I was kind of hoping there would be.
We got this cheese that they call it rattlesnake cheese, rattlesnake cheddar.
Okay.
It's a white cheddar and aged cheddar. It's got tequila in it and habaneros. Oh my God. But it was a perfect fit for the sauce.
I love it.
Cool name. This is a comeback sauce, a very traditional Southern ingredient. But ours has ghost pepper in it.
Okay.
And the Kewpie mayo makes ours special. You know about Kewpie
I
mayo?
love the Kewpie mayo, yes.
Japanese mayo,
completely.
It's so good. And then we got some house-made pickles. We use a couple different veg in there and pickle it. Got to have a little bit of tang on that
the crunch.
burger. Yeah, crunch and the tang. And then last but not least, this is something one of the kitchen guys came up with too. We call it leek hay.
I love that.
So they take big leeks and they julienne them. And they drop them in the fryer.
You've got a lot of different textures. We've talked about that. It's amazing, but you've got all these different things. I can see this everything bite is going to be intense.
We didn't want to just put lettuce and tomato. We got all that stuff. If that's what you want on your burger, we'll do that. But we thought this was a lot more fun.
Oh, it sounds fun. Well, let's get these things cooking so we can eat.
That sounds good to me. Direct hot fire, 450, 500.
Yes, that is every bit of that.
A little bit of sizzle, that's what we want to hear.
Completely. Are we going to leave these covered? We cook them uncovered?
Well, we want to sear them first, though. If we close the lid down, they'll start to cook them, they'll get cooked too fast. I want to get them nice and brown on the bottom.
I mean, I smelled the fat rendering immediately.
Yep, exactly what you were talking about, that quality fat, too. It's a nice big fat burger. Yeah. Probably about 4 to 5 minutes aside. Yeah, isn't that nice the way it's flaring up a little bit? This is exactly how it should be going.
And you can really see, like, that crispiness starting around the
No
edges.
peeking yet, Robbie. We gotta resist the urge.
It's so hard.
A lot of guys will tell you you should only flip a burger once or a steak once. Are you on board with that?
Situationally, I'm on board, but a lot of times I kind of just do what feels right in a lot of situations.
Sometimes it needs a second flip. Don't get crazy about that. But the key is you do want to get it brown. Don't start flipping it right away. You want to get a good brown on the bottom.
I mean, you truly now, that smell, you're right. I mean, look at that.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
See, again, though, I wouldn't be afraid to flip them one more time if I need to.
After this, get a little more caramelization if need be. Oh, that looks really nice.
But don't flip them before they look like that. That's
I know. Then you're gonna have a mess on your grill. You're gonna not do the beef itself justice.
I teach a lot of men how to cook barbecue.
Okay.
And they want to make it into a science project. Yeah. Well, that burger's 8 ounces and my grill's 500 degrees, so it should take 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Well, that's just not how it works.
Not how it works. You know? Yes. When I start thinking too much about, I try not to think too much about times and numbers and all that. When I'm cooking, I wanted to kind of be a free-flowing sort of thing.
Well, I think
use my senses.
As art more than science. I guess that's how I like to look at it. And what I'm going to do now is close it. Because I think they're probably still pretty rare in the middle. These are big burgers. So I'm going to close it, but when we close it now they're sort of roasting too. We've got them well browned.
Because that heat is just spinning in there. Almost
now
like
it's
a
kind of like
convection type heat.
you see a chef often will sear something off and then stick the whole skillet in the oven. It's kind of like that.
I do it every day. All right, let's check these babies out.
Oh yeah, I think those are done. Grab that plate and let's get these off.
That's great, yeah. So, Doc, we're gonna just toast these up a little bit.
I'm warming up the queso over here on the side, but let's get the buns right on there. It only takes a minute, but you know, it's not very nice to not toast the bun. Don't burn them now, Robbie.
Nah, we're good. We're good. I mean, look at that. That's
perfect.
You know, that's beautiful.
That bun just got so much better by doing that.
So we've got our burgers are resting. How long do they rest for, Doc?
Well, something like this, just a couple of minutes.
Couple minutes, okay.
But it's better to rest them than not.
And we've got our perfectly toasted buns here and the ingredients that are just gonna make this already delicious burger more delicious.
Well, let's start by the comeback sauce.
Yeah.
Put a little bit on both top and bottom for me.
Kind of maybe like some glue to keep all this together, you know? Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's worked out. Well, it's beautiful brioche buns too. Every ingredient, if you're gonna make a great burger, every ingredient's important. Don't just use some buns that were laying around.
So this was, you know, a relatively quick cook time here. I mean, just a few minutes and we've had these delicious burgers here. So I'm gonna...
Well, I think people make the mistake of trying to cook these things too long. Pickles first.
So what's next? Pickles, okay.
House-made pickles, we got it. We just grab whatever's laying around and it all gets pickled together. Isn't that nice?
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. All right.
You can skip that on mine. I'm not a pickle guy.
Not a pickle guy?
So we got onions and carrots.
Oh yeah, man, that's beautiful
There's
too.
all kinds of stuff in there. All right, now this is the queso dip. For a burger, we don't want it too warm. I don't want it too soft.
You don't want it just running everywhere.
Right, this is actually just about perfect.
Oh yeah. Now, why do they call it rattlesnake?
You know, I think it was just a fun name. Yeah, because it's got some tequila in it and some habaneros.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a good aged cheddar, and I just think they just wanted to give it a good name because it's a pretty bold cheese.
Wow. Yeah.
Last but not least, leek hay. Probably one of the fancy guys that's in our kitchen came up with this idea. But
I've got a feeling it's going to work really well, though. You know,
it looks nice, and you can smell it. I mean, I love leeks. I think they're underused in most kitchens. It's good, man. Get your hand in on it.
No. I was just going to actually try one. Yeah.
But look how nice it looks. But it's going to be. It's got that leaky kind of onion flavor.
Oh, fried onion.
Kind of looks like you're putting vegetables on there.
It's a hell of a burger. Let's close these up, and we'll sit down and enjoy.
That sounds like a plan.
These burgers aren't going to eat themselves, right? So let's get in here. I'm going to cut mine open to really see all the deliciousness we've got going on here.
See how we did. Oh man, those are cooked perfect.
I mean, get in there. I mean, look at that. Nice and pink. All those things kind of coming together. I'm gonna get in here.
How about the leeks too? The leeks is a really cool treat.
It's a multiple napkin burger, which I like.
At the end of the day, all the additional stuff is nice. The patty's got to be good, and it is really a great one. That's what you want when you try to create a dish. We talk about, you know, all the different parts of your mouth that taste something. So you put a whole bunch of different things in there. It should be moving around, like dancing in your mouth, the flavors. As crazy as that sounds, that's what you want.
No, that's a perfect way to describe it. So one thing I've been reading your patch here, Dr. Barbecue, smoking butts since 1982.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole lot of time and a whole lot of butts. I mean, what got you into that?
Well, I'm old, you know, that's how you get back to that far of a start. I learned how to cook in high school. I just signed up for a cooking class, and honestly, it was the 70s, and it was teach girls how to cook for their family. It wasn't a culinary program like they have now. But so I took it, and I always liked to cook from then on. I just was always a cook. And then a friend of mine signed us up for a rib cooking contest in 1982 in downtown Chicago, right in the park when you're down there by those ball fields. That's where it was. And so I borrowed a grill and bought some ribs and went down there and cooked some ribs.
And just did it.
Yeah, we didn't win anything, but it was hooked. I was hooked for life.
Oh, I'm sure that whole experience of being outside in just an element of like, hey, there's no kitchen but your grill.
That was it. And truly, that was, 36 years ago, and it's been my life's obsession ever since. Chicago was interesting. When I was growing up, the barbecue in Chicago was in the black neighborhoods. because those folks had come up from the South. The white people had come through Ellis Island, so barbecue was not a thing. One thing you learn as soon as you come into the South, it's not a black and white thing. Everybody's into it. So I started hanging around in Tennessee going to barbecue cook-offs, and they didn't know what to make of me because I talked funny compared to those folks. They labeled me the redneck Yankee. And one of the guys bought me a hat. I wore it for a long time. And but it's one of those things that, you know, once you get past all that, you can learn about it. I wasn't born with it. My grandfather did not teach me how to barbecue, and I can't go back on that. But I learned about it, and again, it's been my life's work. I certainly know about it now.
So, Doc, tell me about, you know, your approach or your philosophy to barbecuing.
Well, I'm lucky enough to have started a long time ago, and really before it became all the rage. You know? And, you know, I mean, there certainly was barbecue all over the South back then, but now it's become such a big thing, and the new wave of trying to assign a region to everything and a theme, oh, it's a bunch of nonsense, you know? You think everybody in Alabama cooks their barbecue exactly the same? No, of course they don't.
Absolutely not.
The true regional stuff is, you know why they cooked a bunch of hogs over hickory in North Carolina?
What was that?
Because they had a bunch of hogs and hickory.
A bunch of hogs and hickory.
Up in Kentucky, there's a region where they eat a lot of mutton because they had a bunch of it. You know what I mean? Now we're lucky enough to pick our woods, have it shipped all over the place. But the origins of it are what was available.
Just taking something that's, you know, a would-be throwaway back in the day, and folks say, hey, you know what? If we get all this hickory, get it to a certain temperature, and just really slowly cook this, it just falls apart. I love that aspect of it. I think to me that is the true beauty of it.
This is a sweet situation. You get a chef comes here, cooks lunch for you. That's a pretty nice deal.
I'm kind of winning on all levels because man, it's really freaking good.